Greetings, YouTubers. It's been a while, but apparently I gotta come back out and do some of this stuff because my name's being drawn through the mud again in front of people who have no idea who I am or why a certain individual is dragging my name through the mud or anything like that. So, I gotta clear myself because it's just not nice. So, first thing I want to bring your attention to is what's on the screen here. Yes, I'm primitive. I'm kind of a caveman. I don't know how to do video editing. Local case number 2022 006944FC04. Now, what can you do with that? Well, you can go to the Miami-Dade Clerk of Courts under Civil Court, and you can plug that in. And you're going to see that there's a civil case there with two individuals. One of them is me, Robert Cruz. And it's a domestic violence case with a restraining order. Now, the first thing people think is domestic violence. Oh my God, this guy's a wife beater. No, not at all. What I want you to do with that case number is open up a free account at Miami-Dade Clerk of Court. This is all public information. Open up a free account and then plug that case number in. And then you're going to have access to the actual restraining order verbiage. And I want you to read it. How there is an individual accusing me of paramilitary actions, stalking, threats to his life, so forth. Now, you'll be like, what the hell's going on here? Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I'm the kind of person that I tend to trust people and take them at face value. And sometimes when you trust somebody, you end up getting burned. Let's just leave it at that. Now let's go back to me, Robert, and my credibility. So let's start off with something simple. Yes, I covered up key information because there's people out there that like to do stuff. This is a driver's license. Whoop-de-freaking-do, right? Well, I've never had a suspended driver's license. I've been driving since I was 15 on a restricted. I learned to drive in a tow truck. I don't have a single speeding ticket. I don't have any at-fault accidents. I've never had a suspended license. Next item up for bid. This guy right here. This is a voter's registration card. You can't vote if you're a felon. This thing's pretty cool. If you've ever gone here, this place is pretty neat. Nexus Gun Range. It's over in Broward. So what they do is when you first go there, they do a little background check on you, make sure that you're safe around guns and that you could actually be around guns. Because if you're a felon, you cannot be around guns. So that's my little membership card. But whatever, he could have just written that with a marker, right? Well, hold on. There you go. Concealed weapon or firearm license for the state of Florida. Yeah, that's me when I don't shave. Guess who can't get these? A felon. People with violent past. They cannot have this. I have one. Now, speaking of violent past, long ago, I used to work here. This was actually the job I loved the most of any job I had. The lowest paying job, but the one I loved the most. I no longer work for them because this facility was closed and I did not want to move to the new facility. I worked there for 10 years. I had a state certification that allowed me to work with children. I am allowed to be around kids. Not all of us are allowed to be around kids. Some of us have to be watched when we're around kids. I'm allowed to be around kids, though. And yeah, this was a while ago, granted. More on that later. I will give you the number. You see that number right there? So you can go to the NCCER website. You can plug that number in, 141-77-807. That number could be given out to the public. And this will pull up my credentials. I am a credentialed instructor for construction trades. People with felonies can't be teaching other people, especially when they have violent pasts. Guess who else can't get something if they have a tarnished background? That, my friends, is an OSHA 30-hour supervisory level safety certification card. Can't get this if you have problems. Okay, now I had showed you that business card from the Science Museum. Well, this is one of my current employers. I'm an adjunct instructor at the largest college in the United States. And when this whole thing over here happened, I called HR directly and I told them, look, this is what's happening with this individual. These are the accusations. I am letting you know what is happening. And they told me, it's fine. If everything just goes away, we don't care. It's fine. And apparently the judge didn't see anything. And the whole thing got thrown out. But I'll let you read these over here when you pull it up yourself. And you can find out exactly what happened, including a very long game of hide and seek that was not me. I was always available. When somebody's being accused of something and they strongly believe that they're being done wrong, they show face. They present themselves. They do not hide. Finally, I know most of you have one of these. Hey, look at that. Hey, a credit card. Yeah. I got credit. Some people don't. So, what does this have to do with EARC? I put my call sign on this video, and EARC stands for the Everglades Amateur Radio Club. The individual in question is a member of that organization, and that is an organization that is a family hobby. Yet, people there embrace said individual with open arms. I invite you to read up on this, and you have all the information that you're going to need there to see who I am and to see who the other individual is. And by the way, the other individual has 2 separate birth dates listed on record. Just a little heads up, you know, it's going to make things a little challenging. However, if you go to the FDLE website and you pay money with the information you will obtain from here, you can pull up a detailed statewide record that's going to link everything together for you. I live a clean life, and I don't appreciate it when there's people out there talking smack and making me look like somebody who I'm not. That is all, folks. You have a good day.